had some issues with what I was trying to do, but I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. There's like airplanes flying over here. So once the airplanes like leave, I think it'll be easier to hear not only myself but the background music. Let me know if it's too loud. Like I put it even lower than what I had it on before. Like I put it super low. But supposedly it's royalty free. So if there's any issues with it or getting copyrighted or anything, then I'll have to like try and finding another like playlist or seeing like why it's getting claimed or something. But I feel like it's better, like it's more enjoyable, a more enjoyable experience. And I'll stream for a bit longer. It's already 9:30. I'll stream for like 30 more minutes and then I have to go. Oh man, the music stopped. That's what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid that it would stop. So I'm gonna need like to see if there's like a better. I might download some of these songs onto my phone. Because the YouTube, like my YouTube app is not the default YouTube app. I use this one because it's ad free. Sometimes I have issues with the off screen mode, but usually it works fine. So if it stops, then I might have to like download some songs that I like and put them into my media player, and hopefully that'll be good enough, and it won't have any issues. And then I can have music in the streams and some background noise instead of these airplanes making all of the loud noises. I don't understand why they're like, you never notice it until you actually do notice, and then you notice that it's always all the time. I've lived in like with this area for 15 years and I never really noticed it until very recently. When you start to like, when I'm making videos, I notice all the noise, like all the background noise, because I get really frustrated with it, like when I'm trying to like talk, and you notice all of the background noise. I at least notice it, and I just started noticing the airplane. Like, I've lived here 15 years and I never noticed it. I picked these songs because they're like trap music, and trap music is very popular, and I actually really like certain trap songs. Not all of them, but just certain trap songs. Let's see if we got a good one. Stealth, no thanks, bro. So let's go finish farming our igniter. Did we finish farming? No, we got 10 more. And hopefully we get a level 4 run. and we're gonna get some gems. Yeah, so it's not gonna work out. Once the song ends, so it doesn't go on to the next one not by itself. So I'm gonna need to download the song. So maybe by tomorrow, if I'm not lazy, I'll download the songs. So if anything, we'll have some nice background music going into tomorrow's stream. So let's see how it goes here. Like I was saying how good Chill is. I always talk about her, but that's because she's actually a very good unit. And she's farmable now, so people underestimate her and they prefer Whamshell, but Whamshell isn't as good. Especially for like free to play players, like we shouldn't be investing in characters that once you progress into the game, like you should be focusing on units that have long-term viability and not just short-term viability. Like a Boom goes all the way to B10, but he's also like a unit that requires like whatever unit that you're gonna be using for B10 requires heavy investment. But for like newer players like myself that haven't been playing like as long as other players that have been playing since like the beginning or since like beta or whatever, like they have the luxury to sorry about that. They have the luxury to have worked on the units that were farmable then versus units that are farmable now. And for us newer players, like personally I feel like Whamshell is underwhelming because Whamshell doesn't have focus aggro and he's a tank. So what good is a tank that's not gonna be taking the damage? If you're gonna be in a dungeon that in a scenario where you have like your damage units taking the hits when your tank is meant to be taking the damage and then your DPS units die, like how is your tank doing his job? Like I get it that the AI might not use the skill for the focus aggro until it's too late, but you can also like if you're like attentive to your game instead of just leaving it on in the background, you can use the ability yourself. Like it's not like, especially when you're gonna be going up against like B8 or in a new scenario, you want a good unit to be using, not. And I'm not saying Whamshell is a bad unit by any means. He requires heavy investment, sure, but I just feel like Chill has a better overall like kit. Her toolset is just that much better than Whamshell's. So let's see this. We're getting some good. Like we're getting 2 and 3 on occasion, and we're getting 3-star runs, which is better than the 2-star, 1-star runs. But I'm still gonna sell them anyways. Like I just want the 4-star. Come on. And it's in slot 5, so it's only HP that we can get. So it's like, I just want 1 rune. Come on, dude. How hard is it? And if you notice, Amber's kind of like tanky herself because her endurance is 12. So Amber, she grants like a buff, but she's more like of a support unit as well. So you have like the option to bring in another like, cause her skills like she reflects damage, and she grants the attack buff with her leader ability, and then her charge ability or her 2 mana ability, which is like an attack. Like Ember's more of a tanky unit in my opinion because of her second skill. Her second skill with the reflect is really good, and then her charge ability is amazing too. So we're just gonna have to see. The scenarios in here. Four more runs after this, and we have our full igniter runs, and then we already did Kaboom. Chill. I'm gonna do like off on my own time because I have to get ready to go, and my phone is at 59%, so I should set it to charge. There we go. We got a rare rune, but we don't want 3-star. We want 4-star. A 4-star rare rune would be really nice, but just a 3-star rare rune, that's not so nice. And one thing like about the runes, like premium rune, when you power it up, it'll always go into the substat, like the first substat, and then you gain like the next substat. So like if you get an HP rune with like flat defense, like a slot 5 rune with that has the HP set, and then it has a HP flat defense substat, then when you power it up, like I think premium only has one substat, right? So when you power it up, it'll always go into that defense first, and then when you power it up +6, you'll get a new stat, and then like that. So like legendary runes, like you get 4 substats, and when you power it up, it'll go into one of those substats. That's why when you power up your runes, like you gain a new substat, and then for like legendary runes, then you get plus at +15 for legendary runes. You get a huge boost to your main stat, and I don't know if you get a substat roll into it, but I know for a fact that +15 for legendary runes, you gain a huge boost in the main stat because it requires a lot of gold just to get it to power up. So that's why it's not really worth powering up your 4-star runes up, because you're just gonna destroy them. Like it's not that much gold, but that's gold that you're gonna need for your legendary 6-star runes. Because I believe it's like 2 million gold just to get it to +15. Per rune, like it's not per like. Because you'll be lucky to just to get like a power up once it's like +4. Like after 12, it's like super hard just to get a power up. So here we go. Chill's about to go use her focus aggro. You see that? That's what I'm saying. Like Wamshell doesn't have that ability. Like, sure you have Gulper now, but Gulper you're not gonna be using. Well, I mean, unless you focus him up and get him like super strong, then you'll have him in as a second AoE to draw away from your tank. But I don't know. Personally, I might rather go with Chill. And then Crypt King is the sleeper pick that I have. And I used up all of my soul stones to get him up, but I feel like it was worth it. Because I didn't really, I didn't, personally, I didn't lose anything. Because, for Dungeon 7, the Undead Dungeon 7 is one of the safest dungeons for me to run. Since I have so many good, fire units, like Ember and Kaboom, and I use Blast Zone in there as well. Undead 7th floor is really easy for me. So that's why I had so many ores for Undead already. I didn't have a legend +4, dude. That's super nice. Let's see if that rune is worth anything. Crit rate and attack percent, but you just get 87 HP. It's not worth it. Yeah, so I just need 100 and I'll awaken them. I'm gonna awaken them first because personally, what I feel is this is just how I feel. Since now you get guaranteed drops, and since the level caps are removed, I think awakening units that are better for it is much worth it, as opposed to grinding out the unit. And I'm gonna get these. 30% discount is nice, and getting 3 more is really good, so I'm gonna get that. Let's see what we need. I'll do Guild Invasion right here. I thought I had done it, but maybe that was yesterday's Guild Invasion. This is a grass dungeon, so I don't have very good undead. I don't have undead or good wind. I don't have Stormblade, or I don't have my Crypt King isn't up there yet, so I can't really use him. Once he gets to level 60, that's why I'm trying to farm runs as well. That's why I always go to that scenario, stage 4, just to have the level 4 runes already set up. And then once I'm able to farm B7 more efficiently and B8, then we'll be good to go for that. And I'll have better runes, but for now I just keep what I have in there. And I think that's good. I think that'll be fine. Kaboom is 61, which is super nice. And I still use my stealth off on almost everything. What I do is I set up what she wants first. Come on, dude. Set off your skills, man. He fell down, dude. You really fell down. How do you do this to me, man? No, we need to get it off. So we got an A score. That's pretty good. There's a possibility. Yeah, I was gonna say We could have gotten 30,000 points, but I messed up on a few things, and then Kaboom got knocked down, which is unfortunate. But we did alright. 26,000 points is really good. It's an A for me. That's way better than what I used to get. And from the guild shop, I'm gonna purchase Stealth Elf until I can awaken her. Because getting these super shot Stealth Elf soul stones is really, really important to me. And I already got tri-tip, so I don't like, he's a good unit and he's really defensive, and like a lot of people are suggesting like getting him from the 250 point higher, but he's a defensive unit. Like for free to play players, I feel like you always want offense. Like going defense requires more of an investment than offense, because offensively, like, you're not gonna struggle as much as defensively, because like pay to play players have already got offensive units, so you're not gonna stop them from like bullying you because their heroes are already better. So what you can do though is enter the goal power a room 15 times. Fight for any matches, we need to do that. Enter the realm of souls. Cursor. And Shadow Spiral. Shadow Spiral's pretty decent, because pay to play players already have like good offensive units, and then investing defense into your units, like, that requires more of an investment. Getting the good runes for defense, like even look in slot 1 is attack, slot 2 is also attack, crit rate, attack percentage. Slot 3 is that is your defensive slot. So getting into slot 3, and if you notice, like slot 6 is crit damage and attack, and slot is it slot 4 or 5? Slot 5 is HP. So like the more further down you get, the harder it is. Like 3, 4, and 5 are your defensive slots, and those are further down in scenario stages. And when you're going into like hard, if you want to farm for a specific rune, a 5-star rune, that's gonna be harder to get it. That's why a free to play player should always invest in offense, especially like if you're able to beat like, dude, that did nothing. Wildfire is so weak. Even like a low level Wildfire, he did no damage to my Kaboom. That was pretty funny. And I just got 10 Wildfire, and I don't even farm his scenario. I can't farm it just yet, I haven't tried, but I don't really farm Wildfire. Crusher's a good hero. Crusher and Shadow Spiral are both really good units. What? Now we're doing no damage to the Shadow Spiral? Like, this is what I'm saying about, right? And this for these stages, like I can go up to stage 3 and stage 4. I believe if I refreshed it, like if I revive my main team, this I I'm pretty sure I could beat a couple of them, but I really don't like want to use the gems to refresh for the stage. Though it might actually be worth it. Maybe if it's like a nat 5 or a really good unit, I believe like it's only five soul stones to revive. So if you lose all 3, it would be, I don't know if they cost you like more to revive each unit, but because I've never done it. But if it's 15 like gems and you get 10 guaranteed like soul stones, like say it's a nat 5 like Stormblade or something, or chain reaction or some nat 5, like you can farm nat 5s in here. Or if it's just Shadow Spyro, like if you really want Shadow Spyro, like would it be worth it? Because in the scenario it's 40 gems for like 2 soul stones, and right here you get 10. So actually I think it is worth it now. I convinced myself actually. Yeah, so I'm farming up Shadow Spyro. I don't have Whamshell. That's why I thought like you needed like both to go into it. I thought you needed to do everything to get the reward. But my Kaboom is already level 61. Spyro, I'm taking him up. If I need to work on my Whamshell, I think he's already 3 stars, so Whamshell I could also work on him. And my Barbarella's still level 1, so I need to work on her. Oh, we got 80 gems. Nice. Yeah, I really need to work on these quests to get the green ticket. And let me see if I finished the Mirage Tower up to 43. I did my summon already. It did get pretty hard, but I really want to get to stage 49 for those 40 Super Shot Stealth Elf Soul Stones. I don't know if I can get there because it's getting much harder. Like I'm beating these. I beat these past 2 with just my blast zone left standing. So I really need to work on that. But I am working on my backup heroes. So this scenario for chill, I'm gonna end the stream right here actually. Let me know if it's better like with the overlay and all that. And let me know if you like the music, even though it was brief. I'm gonna download some songs and see if with my default media player, like I do have different media players on my phone because I don't like the default, but with the media player, like if that'll work much better, since it's like it's not gonna be using like my YouTube, like the playlist setting and all that stuff, since it's not that reliable in my opinion. So let me know how it is, the stream and everything, and let me know your thoughts on like which Skylander like you're farming, and the awakening versus evolution, because I honestly feel like awakening is now like the way to go, because like you're not level capped anymore, and you're not gonna use like I'm not gonna use my super shot or whatever until she's like high level in any scenario or anything. I'm not gonna use her in arena. I'm not gonna use her. Like I'm basically forced to use her in Mirage Tower because you need two teams. But my main team is level 60s, and then my backup team, like it used to be these because they were my highest level, but now like I'm working on these two, and they're basically I already overtook them because they have runes. Like they have runes that, like she has better runes. Like I actually like some of her runes. Like that's why I'm farming that stage to get rid of that rune. But this rune is really great crit rate. This one is crit damage. Like the substats could be better with the attack. Like this one has terrible substats: HP, block, effect resistance. But like I already overtook them, and then I'm working on my Enigma, and I'm working on Crypt King, and he doesn't have any runes either. Like those runes, I just put them on there just to see. Like I think I gave him that energy rune because energy is like the most common rune, and it's attack, so I just left that on there because it also had attack percentage. But like I'm not gonna use him until I get like better runes and get him higher level. So it's like that's why he's already awakened. That's amazing just to have him awakened. And I didn't invest anything into it. Like I was just farming the undead scenario because that was a level 7 floor that I could actually beat, and had like a good investment on the elixirs and all that. So I was just farming. I was farming it for elixir, and I was getting his ores for basically like free because I wasn't looking for the ores. I was just looking for the elixirs. And now that I'm actually looking for elixirs, I can actually farm that scenario and get the elixirs and the ores. And I can like go for Cinder, which I don't know if Cinder is worth awakening. Well, she ignores 30%, yeah, with her disrupt ability. So I'm definitely gonna keep farming the undead scenario whenever it's up, just to get the ores for her. Cause I am farming her soulstones as well. So just let me know, like, what do you think, awakening or powering up? Like, what do you think is a better option? Personally, like I feel that awakening is the better option to do for certain units. Like I always say, like I'm not gonna awaken my stealth elf. It's kind of pointless. But anyways, peace out, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. And let me know your thoughts on it. Alright, let me see. Come on. That little lag. There we go.